everyone, I am Debbie Cronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you some fun projects to give you some great announcements from Stampin' Up!
Okay, if you go to stampwithdeb.com, you can get this, you can place your order there. And then I will send you the 4 cards. So you want to see the 4 cards, don't you? It's using the watermelon set. This is one. This is the one we're going to make. I'm going to make today. And then there's this one. This one's kind of a fun fold. Let's open it up. So this opens this way, and that's where your little greeting goes. Okay. Then this one is just a plain fold, I'm pretty sure. But this one is using the raindrops, I think it is, embossing folder. I don't know if you guys can see that. And just, yeah, just a simple fold. And then this one is, and here I used the leaves and the seeds on there. And then this one is just a simple fold. It opens this way. So, but I will send you everything you need to make these cards. Now, the greetings are from all different places because this stamp set does not have greetings. The greeting that's on the thank you that we're doing today, I am not using that greeting. I will be here next week to show you how to create this beautiful greeting. It is so gorgeous. I love it. It came out really pretty, but it was a little bit challenging. But I'm very happy with it once I figured out how to do it. So I want a little more time to practice before I do that. And then, so next week I will be showing you how to create these greetings and a couple different ways of doing it. So let's get started though. I saw a comment on someone's blog post the other day, and it said, I see these girls just cut and put these things together, but I don't see them cutting. So I thought, you know what, today we're going to start from scratch, pretty much. I have a few things that I've cut, but basically we're starting from scratch. So I am going to start with my papers. So I'm using Sweet Sorbet. So I have a piece here I'm going to cut down to 5.5 for landscape and cut it at 5.5. And for those of you who know how to do this, you can just kick back and drink your coffee and enjoy. And those who don't, I'm hoping that you're watching and taking close notes. I will post this on my blog, so you will have all the instructions there, and this video will also be there. So, and then I'm going to score this at 4 1/4, lining that up and using my trusty Stampin' Up! Cutter, which I love. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold that in half. Okay, so that's my card base. And then for the inside, I had a scrap that was the perfect size. This is 5 1/4 by 4. This is going to go inside my card, just like that, to just give it a little bit of strength and contrast. And then I have a piece of basic white here. And this is 8.5 by 11 to start with. And we're going to cut it down to, I forgot to do one measurement. We're going to cut it down to, first of all, we need a piece for inside. So that's going to be 5 1/4 by 4. No, we don't. It's not 5 1/4. Sorry, it's 5. It's 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so that's for the inside of our card. Then for the outside, this is the measurement I forgot to take. What did I cut this at? So I'm just going to measure my card front here, and it is cut at 5 1/8. So I know that the corresponding number for 5 1/8 is 4 1. 5 1/8 is 3 7/8. So I need a 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So let's cut this at 3 7/8, which is the second little mark from the 4-inch, because this has 1/16 of an inch on it. My papers are hugging each other here. They're going together. They like each other so much they want to stick together. Okay, by 5 1/8. And that's the second mark after the 5-inch mark. So 5 and then 2 little marks, and that would be 5 1/8 because it does have 16ths on it. Okay, so that is that. Now for this one, I'm using a little different DSP. There are so many Lost Lagoon. Since Lost Lagoon came back into our color group, there are so many different Lost Lagoon papers, so I just grabbed one that I saw. This one came from, let's see if I can, oh, this one came from the birthday one. It's in the annual catalog. It's a 6x6. So I'm just going to cut this down so that it is 1/8 of an inch smaller than this one. This is my front. So this is my front piece. I'm going to cut it so it's 1/8 of an inch smaller. So that was 5 1/8. So I'm going to go, I want to keep the part with the color. I'm going to cut it at 5 by 3 3/4. 3 3/4. Okay, whoops, wrong one. So that one should be that and fit just perfectly. Okay, so that's that. All right, now the next layer that I have is die cut. So we're going to take one of those scraps from the cutting, and we're going to die cut. So this is my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Great big guy he is. Oops, I need to turn the handle around so it's on the side where I can reach it. Okay. And my cutting plates. And yes, I am using the Magic Mat. It's my favorite. Stampin' Up does not sell this product, unfortunately. We do not have anything comparable to it. And so, but it holds my dies really well. So I am using the scalloped contour dies. Let me pull those out. So this is how I store my dies in boxes, and it's the scalloped contour dies. I'm using those for to cut, and I'm using 2 different sizes, the second and the third from the largest, and I'm just going to line them up. I can cut them both at the same time, and that's what I want to do, but I kind of want them even on the edges. And then my cutting plate here, and I'm just going to run that through. Okay, there's one more thing before we put the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine away. There's no stamping here. We'll pull those out. What we need to do, and that is, so those 2 came out, and I'm using both of these pieces. I'm not using this outside, but I am using the frame and the center, both. And then I'm also going to do, I'm going to move my machine here for a minute. Just set that over here. And I'm going to stamp. And so today I'm using Charming Sentiments. This is one of our other sets that is in the annual catalog. And actually this came through from last year, so you may have this. And so I'm going to use the Thank You from Charming Sentiments. So it has this little die that cuts it out. So I think I've already mounted it on a block. Maybe. Nope. Yes, I have. And I have some Lost Lagoon here. And I'm just going to stamp that on here. Just like that. And then, let's put that back up there. Put our machine back in here. So the mat that's underneath my machine is the new glass mat. If you're not a demonstrator, you can sign up as a hobbyist or a demonstrator if you want to do classes, and you will get the glass mat. So that's one of the options for signing up. So if you're interested, get in touch with me. If you're a demonstrator and you don't have the glass mat currently, we have opportunity to order them. And if you don't have it, then after they're finished with the free glass mat for new demonstrators or hobbyists, then you will be able, they should have something, they're saying that they'll have some to order, they think. So I'm not sure if they're going to bring them back. Okay, so that cut out my little thank you. So we have all our pieces now. We can put this aside. It does have glare, I noticed. Guys can see my ring light in it. I'm sorry, there's not much I can do about it, because if I don't have the ring light, then it's too dark. So we're gonna just have to put up with that ring light, unless I put a piece of paper over top of it. But what I'll do is, look at this. We'll just go like that. How's that working? That's a little better. It's funny because the ring looks like it's down here when I look at it. Oh, that's much better. So this is my silicone mat that I'm gonna use for gluing. It's in kind of an awkward place, but we'll make it work. Okay, I think we have all of our pieces now. So let's go to work putting this together. This is the easy part. Getting all the pieces is, you know, the challenge and the work. Okay, so let's start with our inside. And I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal Plus on the back of this. And actually, if I'd use my silicone mat, it works better. So there we are. And then this is going to go on the inside of my card. Just like that. Now, if I was going to stamp a greeting in here, I would stamp it before I assemble these. Because otherwise, if I make a mistake, I can't flip it over. If I make a mistake and I haven't attached it, then I could flip it over. Okay, and then we're going to go for the front. And, oh, we haven't stamped our watermelon, have we? Okay, good. I have another piece of paper there. And I forgot to get my color. And this Sweet Sorbet is one of our in colors. So let's do our watermelon. Okay, so what I did is I started with the Lost Lagoon. And I'm just going to stamp 3 of these. 1, 2. This is what I should have done ahead of time. 3. Because I have to cut all these. There is no punch or die for these. They are a fussy cut. And I'm looking at the top here because I want that to be as straight as possible so that when I cut, I am not having to cut down or up. Well, okay. Just like that. Okay. And we need to put some seeds on these watermelons. Close those up. And let's get our memento. And I'm just going to stamp these 2 on each slice, on each melon, just at an angle. Oop, and I have black ink on me somewhere. I'm not seeing it, but it showed up right there, didn't it? These pads have a tendency to get ink on me for some reason. And it's probably the way that I use them. I do store them upside down, but this area in here gets so full of ink all the time. I'm always wiping it down with a tissue. And I'm not sure, you guys. Whoa, I want to be careful there. I'll pop my phone out. Looks like you're not able to see where I am stamping. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, so let's trim this out. So you're supposed to turn your paper, not your scissors. And then I tried using a circle punch on this and doing it as a half a circle, and it's not a circle. Maybe an oval would have worked. I'm going to trim this out so that it's a little easier. I used a pretty big piece of paper for these little watermelons. It's easier to turn it when you don't have all that extra. And if it's cut uneven, it's okay because the edge of your watermelon is uneven anyway when you stamp it. So, and I didn't round that corner, and I didn't round it on the other one either. I want those corners rounded. I don't want them to look like they just got cut off. There. I usually try to start something like, let me get this off. Usually try to start it on a longer strip where I can come up and round those corners and not have my cutoff at that point. See, this one I got a little low on the melon. So see, I'm rounding the corner instead of, and I just rounded it a little close, but that's okay. That's what makes it mine. That's what makes it handmade, right? Okay, now let's put these, now we've got our melon. Let's put these two pieces together. Looks like water, ocean water. This is a really tight fit here. It's only 1/8 of an inch difference. So I'm just going to lay it gently and then press it down. And then this can go ahead and get attached to the front of my card. And I'm going to tip it. So this corner is going to go, you just want to make sure all your corners are on the card. This one's a little bit, it's on. Okay, and then I'm going to add my 2 layers here. Now this one, I'm going to attach flat. So I'm going to use some green glue on this, just because it's such a small area. Maybe I'm going to use some green glue. There it goes. And this one I'm going to tip the opposite way. So this one's going to get tipped this direction. You could put it straight up or tip it. Or you could tip it the other direction. You could do whatever you want. It's your card. Okay, for this one, I am going to use the edges of my dimensionals. So I like doing this because it leaves me some nice clean ways to get to my dimensionals. And it's long enough that I can use them. And it gives me a good strong center area there. So I'm just going to trim those off. And just attach it just like that. That's the perfect length. And then do the same thing on this side, only though this side will be longer than what we need. So I'm just going to center that. Should have put a little bit longer. Okay, and then we'll just grab a little bit from this end. Just go like that. It's probably more than what we need, but it'll keep it up nicely because I want that area raised. And then I am going to take and put a little piece in the center, across that center. good use of these extra edges, because they're sticky too, but a lot of times by the time I get down to it, I don't want to use those, or they don't work for me, or so I'm starting to use them wherever I can, whenever I can, instead of letting myself get down to the edges of them and then going, oh no, I don't want to use these. So they're good sticky. And this one I really want it to stay up. So I'm going to attach this in the center here, and I'm just going to line it up. It's going to actually line up exactly with that, but there's enough around it. You could offset it a little bit if you wanted. There's enough that it looks, you can see that it's popped up. So, okay, then I'm going to attach my greeting, which is right here, so that I know how much room I have. And I'm going to do that with dimensionals. So those little dimensionals that I didn't use, get that. Okay, and then I'm going to start with my melon. The first one is going to go flat onto here. And do I want it to go that way? I kind of want it to go that way this time. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to be different. My next one is going to go on with dimensionals. And that one is going to go this way. And the last one is also going to go on with dimensionals. So I want to be careful where I place the dimensionals on this one, because this corner is, one of these corners is going to overlap. So I'm putting my dimensionals down a little bit lower, just so that I have room to overlap the other watermelon. And yeah, I'm going to go right there. Okay, then we are going to tie a bow using the checkered black and white gingham ribbon. Like that. This is not the one in the Christmas catalog. This is this thinner one. The one in the Christmas catalog was, this is a 1/4 inch. That one is, I think, 3/8 inch. It's a little wider. It's also vanilla, and this is white. So just tie a little bow here. Trim their tails so they're nice and clean. And then I'm going to attach this with a glue dot. Okay, so when you go to stampwithdeb.com to place your order, the link at the top may or may not be working that says Shop With Me. If you click on that and it takes you to Stampin' Up, please find me as your demonstrator. My name is Debbie Chronister. And where's my little paper here? I lost it already. Oh, there it is. So my name is Debbie Chronister, and please go and find me and name me as your demonstrator so that I can send you these 4 cards. If you do not do that and use the host code, I will put a host code on there, and I will put it both underneath that, so you might need to copy the host code. If you put the host code in, it will automatically go to me. But Stampin' Up's having a little problem with their links right now, so I noticed last night that it didn't work, and so I'm going to try it again when I'm done here. Thank you for joining me this morning, and there is our card. I will send you this card, or the products to make this card, if you place a $50 order, as well as the other 3 cards. So you'll receive all the products to do those. Thank you, and you have a wonderful new year, and I look forward to seeing you here next Tuesday morning Wednesday morning, sorry. So Wake Up Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.